Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple 1. Welcome to Boots on the Ground. If you have anything you could add, send it to Southern Purple 1, Southern Purple 1, the number 1 at yahoo.com. That's the only email I use. Today I spent the morning visiting a food pantry, and this is in my county of Pickens, South Carolina. I was truly blessed beyond words to see about 30 volunteers freely giving their time to help over 100 people, I don't know what the count was, get food. There's definitely a need out there with the economy just deteriorating and the inflation. I truly saw human beings just loving on other human beings, providing them with food. This pantry is opened once a week, so weekly you can get a great variety of food. It's set up where you can actually, you get a shopping cart and you walk through different sections, and there you can pick what fruit you want. So I like it because it gives the person that's there looking for some food the choice. They can pick what vegetable they want. They can pick the fruits they want instead of just getting something in a box. They had a lot of food, but there's a big need out there. So I'm going to spend some of my time and my money helping this cause. It's a local cause. It's a Pickens County cause. So I'm going to give you some information, and that's their contact information. Tomorrow I'll be sharing some more information. I'm teaming up with the Survival Seed Company, and they're going to be making a donation to them also. They're going to have a contest coming up, and I'll give you information tomorrow. But I was truly touched to see the love of Christ being shared, the people that needed some help. So I'll give you some more information tomorrow to help this cause. This is a cause that's a local cause for me. So if you have a great food pantry in your area, don't help my food pantry, help your food pantry. But if you don't have any food pantry to help and you feel like you would like to help some people out, this facility is 100% volunteer. There's not a single person that gets a check. They've been in business 22 years providing food support for people, and that's why I'm getting behind them. There's no one getting a huge check. They got huge money going out for advertising and bring money in. It's done by individuals. It's done by churches. It's done by even Sam's Club. Yeah, a lot of people holler and Sam's, oh, Sam's a big company. Sam's has donated a lot of stuff. Walmart donates stuff. Other grocery stores donate stuff. So tomorrow I'll give you some more information, but I'm getting behind this just because 100% of dollars donated go to buying food or maintaining equipment. Nothing goes to any person. Is 100% volunteer. But let's get right into Boots on the Ground. I reported yesterday, and I'll just read it again. On Thursday, the Pentagon announced it will provide resources for military personnel and their dependents who seek abortion but are based in states where the procedure is now illegal. As you know, a couple people got offended that I said this. I said it to inform you, so you will know what the military is doing, so you can put pressure on your elected representatives. I in no way support abortion. I'm 100% against that. I value life. I value babies. So if you took offense to that, I apologize. It is to inform you so you can make good decisions, so you can see maybe you're wanting to join the military and this upsets you. It upsets me. They have gone very woke. It's not now about defending the country. It's about, and I'm going to say a liberal policy or a woke policy. So if you got offended by that, never meant to support this. I am to inform you, and that's what Boots on the Ground does, inform you so you can go out and do something about it if you disagree with it. This person says they're in Northern Virginia and we're doing well. My pharmacy still has all my medicine. I just stocked up on gauze and antibiotic ointment. The fresh veggies all look good. Prices still are affordable. They're up but affordable. My car insurance has not gone up. And so far, the electric bill has not been too bad. I'm on Social Security and in a poor bracket and would not be able to afford too much if price increases. So this was a positive report. This person said not just the big cities, just up the road from you, and that's from me. Driving home yesterday, I noticed plywood on the windows of multiple businesses in downtown Brevard. Found out 8 had been vandalized overnight, breaking out the glass. One shop owner was on the news stating it's going to cost $2,000 to replace the glass in their front doors. Guess even small towns are not safe anymore. This is from a person I've been trying to tell my friends over the last couple of years that I've been prepping for several years, and they really need to also. They kind of tease me when things like, my husband better be careful, he might end up in a jar, LOL. Now they're saying they should have listened to me because of the prices and some shortages they are seeing. This person said, we signed an estimated contract and sent a deposit check off this week to have a wood stove installed this winter. They sell probably in January before they can install it because they're so busy. We live in central Wisconsin, and our 22 acres are all wooded, so we'll have wood to burn, versus the $4,500 to $5,000 we spend a year in propane. This stove cost them about $2,000. With the install and all the other parts, it's going to be about $7,000. That's very reasonable. I've talked to numerous people. They've had quotes between 9 and 10, and it depends how high of a pipe you have to have. We'll pay for this in 2 years of not buying so much propane, but it was still sticker shock to see what it's going to cost. I just want a heat source that works with no electricity and no ties to the grid. In the end, it's going to be worth the money if we can do this. So I commend you. Wood is something very renewable that you can find. This person was in their local store in Indiana. The noodle section was stripped pretty well and they had signs up limiting 4 items per customer due to the high demand. That would be in, I guess, the noodle section. Bread had been wiped out at Walmart the past couple weeks. This is from southeast Alabama. I pulled $400 from the ATM and every bill was uncirculated, sequential serial numbers, and was printed from 2006. I don't trust the banks and I'm trying to pull money out in case of an emergency. Yeah, that is sort of weird, 2006. I live halfway between Nashville and Memphis, Tennessee. I drive a Dodge diesel pickup and watch the prices closely. On Thursday, 19, it was $4.67 per gallon. I filled up today on the 22nd, and the price was $5 per gallon. It cost me $155 to fill up my pickup, and I had 1/8 of a tank when I started. I happen to have a 5-gallon can in the back of my truck, so I filled it up for additional $25, but figure I better get it before prices even go higher. The government had announced that there was only 25 days worth of diesel available. I'm in northern Canada. I'm the manager of a video rental store. Yes, they still exist. I was shocked. I thought they all went out of business. The business has stayed open because we have a strong customer base of people who either can't afford unlimited internet or can't get it where they are. In their area, they only have one internet provider. All that said, the business has fluctuated over the last 3 years. We did very well at the beginning of the COVID lockdown because people would come rent a bunch of videos and hunker down for a couple weeks. As the number of new movies being released began to slow down, we lost business. A lot of movie producers like Disney relies on streaming, but weren't making any new content due to the COVID restriction. Since Hollywood and theaters have opened back up, business has gotten better again. However, we have encountered too many staffing issues. Because of these issues, we're officially closing our doors for good in November. The issues we ran into this year was we pay better than minimum wage, but not more than welfare, so adults who have gotten used to free money aren't applying for entry-level jobs. Only young teenagers apply, which brought us a host of issues such as lack of common sense, laziness, lack of availability, unreliability. The one adult, besides myself and the owner, was also unreliable and very limited availability. The owner has another business on top of the video store. It has come down to the point that if I get sick on weekdays, he would have to leave teenagers alone at his other business to cover my absence. Luckily, I haven't been sick in more than a year, so it looks like they're closing down. Sad. Was talking with a long-time farmer with connections who told me large potato farms in the Northeast says they are getting out of the business. He also has contacts in France who cites a lack of fertilizer or the cost of fertilizers to grow crops. People are getting out of the business. This man has trained 150 apprentices over the years, few of them who now farm, but most are dropping out. He himself is cutting back to just a few crops next year, and I guess they're in the New England area. Love your local boots on the ground. Was in the grocery store this week and I saw turkey was cut as we are nearing Thanksgiving time. Looking at the price in the first picture was the cost. The second picture was the ones I picked up last year and stored in the freezer. So basically the cost was from $1.48 now to $2.49. I actually saw some turkeys, I think $1.57, $1.67. So if you need a turkey, get it now because I'm hearing there's shortages. Please share this. Please share it with people that they need a minimal amount of meat product in their system to stay mentally healthy. We need B12. We need them so we can be mentally healthy. B12 helps us deal with stress. They are best found in meats and animal products such as eggs and milk. A few vegetables also have B12, but not very many people eat cabbage or the shiitake mushroom, so it's simple just to be able to eat some meat. A lot of people are cutting back everywhere they can, but we should not be cutting back on things we need to stay sane. So that's a great thing. Watch your diet. Make sure it's a balanced diet. This came from up north, and the governor's office said that they are short wood pellets and K1. I can't remember where that came from, but it was definitely up north. Heating oil in New York, and this comes from a New York website. We pre-bought 500 gallons at $4.40 a gallon in September. Praise God we did. The price in our area is now $5.69. I work with a 76-year-old widow. She is trying to keep her home heat down to 62 degrees to conserve, and this is in very cold climate. She is very scared about affordable heating oil. It breaks my heart. This is from I think it's an article. I'm going to include the article. Based on data was just released yesterday. In fact, the U.S. federal government repaid $15.7 trillion worth of bonds in the most recent fiscal year. You might be wondering, how in the earth did they come up with that much money? Easy. They just issued more debt. In a way, it's like the government paying off a credit card by transferring the balance to another credit card. So whenever a bunch of bonds mature and needs to be repaid, the Treasury Department simply issues more bonds. By doing this, the net debt hasn't changed. They pay off X amount of debt by issuing X amount of new debt. This works just fine as long as the interest rates remain at record low, but now rates are rising. Here's a startling example. On October 27, 2020, the Treasury Department issued around $50 billion worth of two-year Treasury notes at the yield of just 0.12%, barely nothing. Well, now it's 2 years later, and those 2 years Treasury notes are about to mature. So the government is going to have to issue new $50 billion batch of bonds to pay off the maturing debt. The problem, the interest rates today is 4.2% and rising. In other words, the new $50 billion issuance will cost the government an additional $2 billion per year in interest. Now imagine the problem for the entire $31 trillion national debt. And they go in further, but I will leave a link to that so you can read more about this information. It's crazy. This interest rate is going to collapse our system just because we won't be able to pay the debt very soon. This is Central Illinois. I went to Aldi's yesterday and was looking for eggs. I thought I overlooked them and went back around to the place where they're normally kept. No eggs at all, but a sign saying the eggs were gone. This is from a discount grocer in the Ohio area. They say their sales are up 40%. That is because people are looking for bargains. They need bargains to keep their budget afloat. This is from MK in Australia, our official boots on the ground reporter in Australia. She says the 2022 budget was just handed down by the government. 20% increase in electric rates before Christmas, and then a 30% increase in electrical prices next year. How are people expected to manage? Also, mortgage interest rates are still expected to rise every month. The next decision by the Reserve Bank is next week. Months after months after months, the interest rates over there has risen. I work at a natural and organic grocery store in Chicago, and for the past months we've been asked to work an extra day. I don't mind, but most every department is short-staffed, and many are asking to multitask to cover for the lack of employee. A most disturbing trend, and that's everywhere. Not enough workers. Hello, my husband and I have been watching your channels for a few months. I found your channel back in April. My husband broke his ankle and needed surgery, and then she had major problems and needed medical time off. We're in central Wisconsin. I work at a popular gas station. I've been working there for 10 years. All in one morning, our store was having trouble with their loyalty card reader. Then shortly after that, it got fixed. Our credit card reader went down. Shortly after that, our ATM went down. All three went down in just a couple of hours or less. Also, we have a digital sign outside that shows the gas prices, and it's been broken for more than a month. I guess they're going to have a part shortage and can't get it fixed. I have a friend that works at a bank in the same town, and she said She was getting called that Walmart and other stores in town were having trouble with their card readers and ATM. I wonder if it's the Russians doing it, and no one knows. It could be someone. I took your challenge, and that was the water challenge. My water plan was carrying water from the pond about 100 yards away. I'm 64 years old and in good shape, no health issues. You were right, my plan failed. After 3 days of hauling water, I knew it was a bad plan and built a 200-gallon rain catchment system. They cost him about $550, but now he has a water plan, and I did. Look at your water plan. If your water plan requires you to carry water a great distance, leave your property, it's not really a good plan. See if you can modify it. See what you can do to make it a much better and safer plan. My son's doctor put a prescription in for a medication in Walgreens in Illinois near Chicago. They had to order it because they didn't have it available. 2 days later, I called the pharmacy because it said my medication was ready to pick up. But it was over $1,000. It appeared they didn't put it through my insurance. I tried calling Walgreens. I waited on the phone for 2 hours, and then the phone hung up without getting to talk to anyone. The next day, I called again and waited for an hour before being told by the recording I only had one caller ahead of me. A woman finally answered and asked about the price and if they could check to see if they could run it through my insurance. She told me to call the insurance company, and she hung up on me at 4:45. Then I went to Walgreens to see what was going on in the store, and there was a sign on the door saying the pharmacy needed to close at 5 because of lack of staff. I talked to the manager, and he told me that everyone's calling in sick, and he didn't have anyone to get the medicine for me, and that I wasn't the only one going without medicine today. Not sure when I will be able to get the medication. This is just another example of the medical system breaking down, be it on the drug side or on the care side. Inflation in Northeast Iowa. Just a quick note, the box of mixed chips I usually get at my grocery store were $10 a year ago. Yesterday I saw they were $27. This is an update from this person. I don't know where he gets this information, but he says, I watch world events. All U.S. B-52s are hiding now. They're not in the U.S. They're somewhere else in the world. They have all turned off all their transponders, so only those in the know where they are. They are on the ground, not in the air at this time. This is Monday, October 24th. I've put a link below if you're interested where I get my information about the B-52s. About 5 days ago, the largest submarine that Russia owns left port. Nobody seems to know where it is. Putin just phoned someone probably in NATO that there's a rumor there will be a dirty bomb going off somewhere. Putin said it's just a rumor. So everyone is listening and watching. I know that Japan is also on heightened alert. Yes, the dirty bomb could be a false flag. I don't know. We're very close to a nuclear war that I haven't seen this close since the Cuban Missile Crisis, and that was bad too. So there's a lot of world events happening. So you can't do anything about those world events, so pray, prepare, spend time with your family is the best thing I can tell you. This person said, I've noticed many gas pumps in the area have been bagged. I also noticed diesel prices are now $5.79 on average. They were $5.29 for a long time. I use kerosene for heater. My supplier is now charging $7 a gallon. Heating oil is $5.69. I haven't been able to find out why we're running out of kerosene here. I asked the guy who delivers oils, and he blames on OPEC having cutbacks. I call bull crap on that, they said. I will keep digging in to find out what is going on. And this is from New Hampshire. So, a lot of things going on in this world. I am going to be a positive light. I'm going to make good news. That's why I'm teaming up with this food pantry. Today was a blessing beyond words. Seeing these love that people were showing other human beings that needed a little support. So, I'll give you more information on this, but I am going to be light in this dark world, and I hope you will too. Thanks for watching.